Good day to all. Welcome to my channel, your channel, our channel, where our thoughts and opinions become clear under the sun's view. Let's have an enlightening discussion without the thunder. And oh, if you happen to think you maybe heard a rooster, a dog, a cat, a cow, or even Santa's reindeer flying by, these are unnatural occurrences. And no matter how many times I tell them, they simply do not listen and still choose to make these noise in the background. I am not tech savvy and simply cannot go through the process to cut, crop, fix, and fine tune these nuances. So, if you think you heard, feel free to give a shout out. And if I am within my crazy mode, I surely will pass on the message. Okay? Thank you so much, everyone, again for joining. Welcome. It is another Monday, a brand new day to start, to figure it out, to reach, to do whatever it is that you deem possible. Okay? All right. So today, this is my first video. Well, it's not a video really. Um, my first post, so to speak. All right, so this is my first post, and I wanted to start off by throwing my first topic out there, and it goes: is there a race war or a race for war? How things do change, or do they really? Today, I just want to talk a bit about our topic and what it means to me, but more so, please, if you feel compelled to leave a comment, don't hesitate. It does take more than one to have a discussion, and with that said, hopefully in the close near future we can do live forums, which surely would give a closer communicative bond. Okay? And here on my little island, we will be shortly celebrating National Heroes Day. And heroes and heritage for me, they're just a few of the words I find very interesting, even more so how they apply to our daily reality, right? So that's how I see it in that avenue. And again, this is my first post, so I surely will try to keep it short and spicy, as I'm not much of a fan of the sweet. And as the saying goes, give it to me straight, no sugarcoating. Okay? All right, so I have a little poem I wrote that I also will be reading, and it does somewhat speak to the topic. It's more of, is there a race war rather than is there a race for war? But I will be reading that poem for you guys today. And I do also want to make a disclaimer as well. I do not, in any shape, form, language, be it mental or physical, condone any harm being done to anyone. Okay? So I do not and will never ever promote war. Okay? I do not think people should physically, under zero circumstances, harm another individual. Okay? We have our own ways of expressing ourselves, and it may also be due to our language. We our language is, in my view, whenever we come out, usually, or we're trying to find ourselves in an unnatural state, we lose the essence of what's natural to us, right? So, taking the form of, let's say, we speak a certain dialect, a certain language, right? We communicate in a certain way. And what I've come to view is that when I'm talking in my own dialect or native language, call it what you may, patois, when I say certain things, it seems more expressive to me than if I were to say it in, let's say, English. It feels like my feelings and thoughts are just not coming forth. And maybe, perhaps, just the thought that, when persons are trying to communicate and the language that they speak isn't enabling them to make that type of felt communication, they turn to another form, to another aspect that gets the point across. So that's now where you may get the physical and such. And again, this is just my view, my thought, my opinion. It does not resonate in any way with what maybe a psychiatrist or somebody within that legal aspect would um would give you. Okay? So that's just my view again. So again, I don't condone any form of war, any form of fighting, any form of physical harm. Okay? And indeed, I must also add that I believe life is a balance. And that is, it is required for the universe to perform its forever duties. And to a great degree, there may be some things causing the scale to tip out of balance, be it what you think, okay? But I do believe in a sense of balance. And sometimes there are things that just really take you out of that scene of where things actually should, could, or might be. Okay? And I in regards to the whole balance, I do love the light. I love the sunlight more than anything. I'm out in the sun and I feel a sense of warmth, right? I can feel the rays just literally penetrating, like it touches my very soul. And I really love that sense of warmth that the sunlight offers to me. But then there is the darkness as well. You can't have an entire season, an entire time of just light. There must also come the darkness. And for me, the darkness brings a sense of calm. So that is in some aspect for me a balance. One brings me warmth, the other brings me a calm. So in the days of the sun, everybody is busy up. You're getting this done, you're getting that done. It's really a hectic moment, so to speak. So when you come out of that hectic moment, you get into the darkness. Everything is now calm. It's a little bit more peaceful. You may not be able to see things as clearly as when it was the light of day. But, the darkness sort of gives you a moment of peace, a moment to regroup, reframe your thoughts, reframe yourself, and bring you back to a state of balance. Where you literally revamp, refresh yourself. And then you start again once that sunlight rises. You also rise. You get up and you start, you move about, and you get what you need to get done. The darkness also may, because there are places in this world where it's a bit colder. And for me personally, I am not a fan of the cold. I don't like the cold whatsoever. As I said, I love the warmth of the sun. I am not a fan of the cold and darkness. If you think of it, if there is, let's say you were to take away the sunlight, I think that things would start to get very cold, really, really cold. There may be some type of scientific explanation to that. You can search it out, find it out for yourself, and let me know. But I do believe that if you take away the sunlight, there just may be a sense of cold. There's no warmth. There will be no warmth there. Okay. So again, in everything, there is a sense, and I think needs a sense of balance. If you look at even your own body, how you're built, you have one hand on the left, you have another hand on the right, and it creates that balance. You look at your face, and you could literally draw a line starting from the point of your forehead down to your middle section and get a straight line and get two complete halves. So for me, that also means that whomever our creators were, they must have been to some extent creating a balance. Okay, now back to our topic. So, is there a race war or a race for war? What are your views? Please, again, feel free. Let me know in the comments. Write what you feel. Tell me what you think. Okay. Now, again, my poem, I am going to read a poem to you. I've wrote a little poem and I am going to read it to you. And as I said, it speaks more to a sense of the so-called race war than it does a race for war. So let's get right into that poem for you. Okay? Without further ado, here is my little poem for you. Now, another thing, the idea of racism, um, for me, it's really just words. It's words, but those words do resonate. They do form or create some physical semblance to some things for some people. Okay? Words, as they say, are powerful. But guess what? Numbers also have power. So the same words that you can speak with power, the same way you can create, write down, have numbers, put them together, form them, and they will have power, right? I think, I guess, maybe, hopefully. Okay, you can try it and let me know. Okay, so back to the poem. And the name of the poem, it is Black. Black is a game, not a color. Black is a game. Levels up, you get to a new stage. Book of life, fill every page. Learn the codes you need to master the game to get the fame. Many will try to cheat you, don't let them beat you. The game ends if you stay down, soldier. Stand up straight, don't bend over. It's not game over. Grind your teeth, make a fist. We know you're pissed. just another hurdle to get over. Stand up straight, soldier. Young and naive, with no tricks up your sleeve, thinking that good will always prevail, but you fight every battle to no avail. They exploit your innocence for dollars, no sense. Isn't that nonsense? Stand up straight, no bending over. The game isn't over. They will try to break you, take all you've got for what? Money and power? For that they hunger, keeping you fearful while they loot and plunder. Either you're the hunted or the hunter. Stand up, soldier, the game isn't over. Education is the key, but it doesn't make you free. Emancipate from mental slavery. Rise up and wise up. Play the game or give up. Seek knowledge, I heard them say it gives you power. Can you feel its energy? The secret is synergy, and the game becomes easy. They will try to hold you back, saying this and that, race, color, weight. Your eyes slant at a degree that's unacceptable to me and creed. Stay away from drugs, especially weed, which is really grass from a seed. Dollars count. What figures are you making? Six and zeros, legends or heroes. Don't stand in line waiting for any handout, waiting to smack you in the mouth. Stand up, soldier. Don't bend over. Game isn't over. One, two, three on your mark. There they go. The black man has speed. Only his mental they can slow. The white man is running with pen and paper in hand. He's writing down his first command. The race is not for the swift. Those who read the book will understand. His journey isn't over. The stakes are high, man of color. Now they aim and fire his mind to devour. He will achieve all except power. 456, he's back to fighting with straws and sticks. He can't win the battle against ink bullets and evil tricks. 789, black men look into the divine. Words, it appears, travel faster than thine. Now he's toiling away every single day, trying to remember the day. He reached the finish line with the winner walking miles behind. From these bullets, the black man must recover. This design, the black man must decline. Draw a line and redefine his state of mind. Winner on paper, let me say it again. Soldier, stand up straight. No bending over. It isn't game over. Okay, so that was the poem. Comment down below. Tell me what your thoughts and views are on that poem. I wrote that poem, funny enough, probably about 2.5 years ago. And it's 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 just being read to the public for the first time. Okay, so um it sounds like I'm lost for words, right? Yeah. Okay, so that was my poem. Let me know in the comments what you think. I am also going, because as I said, it was just a short video I wanted to just do for the first time, just to get that little first nervousness feeling out of the way and hear what my people have to say. So included in this will also be an our language segment. And our language segment, this little moment will belong to my daughter. Okay? She will offer you a phrase in, as it says, our language. So, your language, my language, whatever language it may be. For today, she will be doing our native language, just a short phrase. Okay. I say native, so those from far may understand. It's also referred to as Patwa, or I will call it that which was derived from a people stolen and scattered far from home and needing a means of personal and self communication and expression. Thus, Patwa came into being, in my opinion. Okay? What are you doing? Okay. Sorry about that, guys. That was my daughter. I don't know what she was doing, but okay. Okay. So back to it. Yes, so it's our language segment. She'll be doing just a phrase today, just a short phrase in our language, our native language. And it will not always be the same language, as I said. So it's our language. So it's your language, my language, whatever language is decided upon that specific time, as I do want to make it diverse. Okay, despite we speak or communicate in different ways and means, for me personally, we all feel the same thing. We're all saying the same thing. We're all doing the same thing, living the same thing. It's not much different. Okay? So if I have a friend that uses a type of language, or the World Wide Web has it, I certainly will seek it out, find it, and I surely will use it in our language segment. And I am also using the first proverb today taken from the book Jamaican Wisdom, the biblical groundation of Jamaica's proverbs, and it's written by Tracy and Summon. And a word of truth, I lost my book. I spent an entire day searching for it, and I was almost brought to tears knowing I couldn't find it. Why was I brought to tears? Because I absolutely I love the Patois language. As I said, I love its means of expression. You know, how I can just say something in Patois and it just me feel like me say something what have meaning, right? And it expresses how I am feeling at the same time. So this little book, it's a little small book that I bought many years ago, and I've had it, but in movements here and there, and having people travel through here, and I cannot find my book. And then having my daughter now loving the language so much, and not having some close and easily readable and understandable little booklet for her, it's and again, and thinking that I'm now going to have to go searching through bookshop in a time like this. It's really overwhelming, and not knowing if I'll be able to find the book. It's just another crazy thing, and it just put me in a whole different frame of mind and a completely different arena. And also, the writer of that book was one of my classmates. But I actually love how she put the book together. She uses both our language of the Proverbs, inclusive of the language of the Proverbs in the Bible, and shows how they both correlate. So when we speak, it's as if we are almost speaking from the Bible itself. So it's very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. So I was able to acquire just a few of the proverbs that are actually in that book, and it's just the phrase itself. I'm not going to get into the biblical aspect of it. So she'll just say the phrase, state the phrase to you um, in that specific dialect today. Right? And yeah, so yeah, yeah, it's it's really that's one of the reasons why if you make people come at your yard, you know, you can never remember where you lend them, or you never know where them take out without asking, just thinking that you may not need it. So I'm just joking though. But in times like these, they say you must social distance, so still ain't nobody come at your yard, right? No, we're a sociable people. We are sociable people. I think that's how we survive. Each one reach one. We all need each other in some way or the other, right? So never think that you're an island and you need to exclude yourself. We all really, really and truly need each other. We're just connected that way, I believe. All right, so without further ado, I bring to you Miss Cece. Here she is.
Hi. Hi. Today the phrase comes from Jamaican wisdom, the biblical foundation of Jamaica's proverbs by Tracy Ann A. Salmon. Cockroach no business in a foul fight. That was my patois moment. Thank you for listening to my language segment. Take care.
See that it was just really short and simple. For future, as I said, it will not only be just this language, we will include other languages as well. And perhaps we'll have her do a little moment where she sings because she loves to sing. Yeah, she loves to sing. So, yeah, or do a little skit or something, whatever she chooses, okay? But it will nonetheless be our language segment because, as you know, singing is also a form of language and expression. So, okay. All right, so that is all for today. My first little post. As I said, just let me know what you think. I am not quite sure how often I will be doing this. I'll try to do it periodically, maybe once a week, every Monday or Tuesday, or whenever I can, because this, I realize that, okay, so you have to do a lot of editing and putting together, and oh my goodness, it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. So finding all the time to do all of that, it's so much. It's so much. But I will try my best. As I said, we're here. Um, I have things that, you know, I want to say. I have views. I have my own opinion and understanding of things, but I also do want to hear, you know, the other individuals within this realm, within this universe. I want to hear what their views are. I don't think for everything that I think, assume, presume, or consume, someone else out there isn't, you know, doing or having the same thought or frame of mind, right? Just as how you have one individual and you'll probably go to the next side of the universe and realize that, oh no, you look just like my friend back in Jamaica. Owner resembles so, and it's that sort of thing. So I never think that there is any one of anything. So whatever I'm thinking, I am absolutely assured that there is at least one individual out there who is thinking the same thing. And it's as I said, we're sociable beings in my opinion. And being away, it's hard. It's very hard on so many individuals, especially when we've been groomed over the years and over the ages, to be close, to love, to hug, to kiss, to communicate. I know, I'm absolutely knowing that this is a very, very challenging time for many, 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 many. And having an avenue where you can just say what you want to say, keeping to YouTube's policies and guidelines, of course. You can just say, how you feel, you know, it's heartwarming. It's heartwarming. So I thought I would open up this YouTube channel to sort of be able to accommodate that. I do, as I said, in the future, want to have the opportunity, once I get all the nicks and knacks that's required for all this thing. Once everything comes together, I do want to have, little forums where you have a little panel and everybody comes together and we have a discussion. It does take more than one to have a discussion. So I would never think that I just want to come on my platform and say what I have to say and read the comments and move on. No, that's certainly not how I want it, because I want to have a discussion. I want to hear you. I want to feel you. I want you to speak to me. I want to be able to speak to you and we communicate, right? And that I think would help in terms of that loneliness that I believe many individuals are feeling right now, just wanting to be able to talk and express themselves. So this will be open to that, hopefully, as I said, in near future, very, very near future, very, very close future. I will have all of those equipments and gadgets so that that can be done. In the meantime, in between time, please, please, if you so feel compelled, share your views, share your thoughts, share your comments. I'm I'm not too versed on certain things within the YouTube space, but please keep it friendly. As I said, let's have the enlightening without the thunder. Okay? So keep it warm, you know, speak your truth nonetheless. But you don't have to put down, degrade, and use certain words that, as I said, may cause harm to another individual. But speak your truth nonetheless. Okay, so this is my first post, and I am now closing off. This is it. Hope you had fun. Hope you felt warm and close to us. After all, we are all one connection under the sun's view. Okay, thank you all so much again for stopping by and sharing this moment with us. It is highly, greatly, and super spendously appreciated. Love, laughter, sunlight, health, wealth, and understanding to all. Ashe.